Welcome everyone. Welcome at home and welcome here in the studio. I'm Tracy and this is Bariatric Yoga. I'm really grateful to be here, and I'm grateful that you have made a decision to also be here, to take a moment or even a few moments to care for yourself, to give back to you because you're worth it. And the best way for us to care for the future is to care for this moment right here, right now. So please join me by inviting the sense of smell into your practice. And I love yoga for this reason, that it is just a practice. I can be in any kind of way and just come to the mat and get centered. And my practice looks different every time. But each time that I practice connecting with my breath and my body movement, I am given all that I need right here, right now. So I'd like to just offer in the studio some lavender spray. And if you're at home and you're practicing, pause the video and light a candle. Or perhaps I like to sometimes slice some oranges and put them in boiling water. Anything to lift the sense of smell in your home. So for those of you here, a little lavender. And then wave it all around. It smells, I think, oh, it's delicious. And begin to connect with the breath here. Our pranayama, our life force. Our breath practice today is going to be straw breath. So center yourself wherever you are, in a chair, on the couch, or on the floor on a mat. Hands can just gently rest wherever they're comfortable. And this is a counted breath. It's an in-breath for a count of 4, a hold at the top for a count of 4, and then a very intentional and slow breath out through an imaginary straw. For a count of 6, I'll do the counting, you do the breathing. So a natural breath, just in and out as we begin, and an invitation to close off the eyes, if that's comfortable for you, or a gentle gaze down to the earth. Allowing the spine to grow tall on the natural breath in, and on the exhale breath, allow the shoulders to fall away from the ears as we settle into our practice. And we'll begin our straw breath with an empty breath and taking some beautiful oxygen in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding at the top, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out through the straw. Good, and hold at the bottom, and then breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and slow breath out, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold at the bottom. Breath in, 2, 3, 4, hold at the top, 2, 3, 4, and slowly all the way out through the straw. Hold at the bottom. Breath in for 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. And let go on the exhale breath slowly. And generous breath in all the way to the top of the head. Good. And hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. And release the breath through the straw all the way out to the bottom. One more round, breathing in all the way in. Hold at the top. And a beautiful, slow, intentional breath out. Good, yogi, natural breath. At your own pace, breathing in and out. Allowing the eyes to remain closed. Bring either hand to your heart space, Anaranjava, our heart chakra. Continue with full attention to your breath, feeling your lungs inflate with vital oxygen. And on your exhale breath, letting go of any worries, troubles, disturbances. This practice is for you to connect with your breath and find peace in the moment. And it's here, yogi, that we set an intention, a sat nam for our practice, an I am statement. Something you're feeling in this moment, or something that you hope for. I am calm. I am strong. I am practicing. I am present. I am joy. Borrow one of mine or grab a hold of your own and use this I am statement to come back to your breath if you find that your thoughts grab a hold of you and take off. And now, yogi, gently allow the fingertips to make their way to the earth, gently tickling the earth. We'll begin some movement, just swaying back and forth, allowing the hands to go. We'll get the juices in the spine activated and allow the head to follow the shoulders. Gentle movement of the body. Breath in and out. And when you feel a little heat in the body, allow the opposite hand and knee to connect for our spinal twist. Doesn't matter which one, we'll do both sides. But it's here that we find some stillness. And on the in-breath, grow tall with the spine, taking the crown of the head high to the sky. And on your exhale breath, shoulders away from the ears, letting go of any tension in the lower part of the body. Breathing in. And on this next exhale, perhaps deepening into the twist just by 1%, 1 degree. And holding for one more round of breath as these beautiful muscles take in this oxygen and appreciate the stretch. And on an exhale breath, yogi, let go of the twist and begin to move back and forth again. Good. Just let the arms go. Let the head follow. And breathe. Good. And then when you're ready, the opposite hand and knee connection on the other side. Woo. Grow tall, yogi. And on the exhale breath, deepen into your seat. Take oxygen in, sending it to the muscles that are twisting here. And perhaps deepen the twist by just a little bit. Take a peek over the shoulder. Do you see anything going on back there? Grab a hold of your Satnam as you hold the stretch. I am practicing. Breath in, grow tall. Exhale, release the stretch. A few movements back and forth. And then find some stillness, tickling the earth. Good. And we'll bring the right ear, making its way to the right shoulder. The spine stays nice and straight. Belly buttons pulled into the spine. And on an inhale breath, send the right hand all the way around the head. The hand can even wrap its way around the ear. And then apply just a slight bit of pressure to give this beautiful neck stretch a little assistance. Breathing in and letting go on the exhale breath. On your next incoming breath, send the hand high to the sky and back down to the earth. And allow the left ear to make its way to the left shoulder. Inhale the left arm up high around the head. And feel this beautiful neck stretch on the other side. Good. An inhale breath will release that stretch and send the hand back down to the ground. And then the chin makes its way down to the chest. Spine stays nice and straight, belly button is tucked in, and the hands will send themselves east and west to then meet up high at the top, perhaps interlacing the fingertips together and allowing the hands to make their way to the nape of the neck. Ooh. Giving a little anchor to the stretch. Perhaps the elbows begin to make their way towards one another. They might come to kiss in the front, but perhaps not. In breath, release the fingertips. Send them back long to the ground, and the gaze begins to go high to the sky. Holding on to nothing in the shoulders. Begin to allow the neck to just roll all the way around. Slowly. Breathing in through the nose. Heading in the opposite direction. Feels sticky. Stop and pay attention. Excellent. When you're ready, returning to a neutral position. We're going to make our way to a table. So finding your hands underneath your shoulders and your hips stacked firmly over the knees. If you need a little extra cushion for the knees, you can double up the mat. We'll be here for a few asanas. So take the time to make sure you're comfortable here. Nice strong table, the fingertips are spread wide like starfish. And the belly button is pulled into the spine. The spine is parallel to the earth. Hold strong here, yogi. Feel the energy coming up through the earth and then sending it back down through the arms, all the way through the palms, planting the feet, the tops of the feet down into the earth. This is an active asana, an active posture. Woo. And then, yogi, we're headed for cow pose. So on an in-breath, we're going to drop the belly, tuck the toes under, and lift the gaze up high to the sky. The shoulders roll back. Excellent. And then on your exhale breath, blow everything out. Roll the spine, point the toes, ground into the earth. Chin tucks. Good. And now on your next breath in, drop the belly to the earth, tuck the toes under, and gaze up at the sky. Opening up the heart space through the shoulders. And then push all the breath out. Roll the spine. Good. And then, yogi, on your own. Move at your own pace, breathing in, pushing the belly down. And then breathing out, rolling the spine. And then just begin to get jiggy with it, swaying back and forth. Some barrel rolls might feel good here. When we move our body in this way, connected to the breath, with intention, we bring energy and power to the body that is not normally there. Finding some stillness. We're headed to thread the needle. We're going to bring on an in-breath the right hand up high to the sky. And then on an exhale breath, sending it through this beautiful opening, allowing the shoulder to make its way all the way to the ground. Shoulder stretch. On an inhale breath, you can take the left hand up high to the sky, hold it there, or yogi, drop it down and let it twist around the back for a bind. Deep breaths in and out here. On your next breath in, if you're in a bind, send that hand high to the sky and allow it to fall gently in front of your face, firmly planted. Come out of your thread. The right hand will reach up high to the sky and then make its way back down to the earth. Finding that strong table again, belly button is tucked in. The pelvic floor also can be drawn in. Everything meets in the middle. Inhale breath, yogi, left hand high to the sky. Exhale breath, thread your needle. The hips are nice and high here. Inhale breath, the right hand can reach up for the sky and stay there, or perhaps a bind around the back for a beautiful heart space opening here through the shoulders. Breath in and out. One more round of breath. Your next incoming breath, the right hand reaches up high for the sky and then makes its way down to the earth for grounding, pushing up, unthreading your needle. Hand high to the sky, and then both hands are firmly planted on the earth. Excellent. We're headed for bird dog. We're going to do it in a couple of variations. We'll start by lifting the right leg. The foot is flexed with the toes facing down towards the earth. Good. And we're just going to hold here for a minute. It's not going to be a minute. It's just going to be a couple seconds. Check here to make sure that the hips are nice and parallel to the earth. And then check your left foot. Use it to ground down for stability. Using all of the limbs here. Keeping the right leg lifted, we're gonna pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, keep the leg lifted. Breath in, and on the exhale breath, we're gonna cross the back leg behind us over the left leg. And then you can take a peek behind you perhaps and check out your toes. Nice side body stretch happening here. In breath, lift the leg, keep it lifted. And then on the exhale breath, tuck that toe back behind again. Inhale, lift the right leg, keep it lifted. One more time, tucking the toe back behind you. Good. Inhale, lift the leg. 2 more. Toe tucks behind on the exhale breath. Lift and lower. Good. And then lift, and then allow the knee to gently make its way back down to the earth. Good. Check in with the body. How do you feel? A little lopsided? Okay, let's lift the left leg high to the sky. It's not really, it's parallel to the earth. And we're gonna pulse here for 8, 7, good, 6, 5, 4, 3, check your hips, 2, good, and 1. Keep the leg lifted. The toes are pointing down. Feel the strength that you have in your core here. Breath in, and on the exhale breath, cross the leg over the back leg and the toe. You can take a peek at your toes. Beautiful. In breath, leg lifts, returns to neutral, but is still lifted. And then on an exhale breath, good, breath in, lift, and then lower. 3 more, lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. I lost count, 1 more, lift, and lower. Good. And then lift the leg back up again, and then both knees will come back down to table. Beautiful. Woo. Warming up those glutes. Headed for full bird dog, but yogi, it's always your choice. You can keep both knees on the ground. We're gonna lift the right leg first, and then the left arm reaches out in front of us. Remember, you have this kickstand with your left leg. Use that for stability. Hold right here, yogi. The toes down to the earth also helps with balance. Woo! Okay, challenge. If you choose to accept it, on the in-breath, we're going to bring the knee to meet the elbow in the center of the body. And on the exhale breath, push everything back out. In breath, come to meet in the center. Exhale breath, push everything out. Good. Again, breathing in, we meet in the middle. Exhale breath, push everything out. Good. 1 more. In breath. Beautiful. Make your way back down to the ground. Good. And then we'll lift the opposite leg. For me, it's my left. And then I'm going to lift my right hand, reaching the right hand forward. It's just the opposite leg and hand. Take your time getting there. And then remember that you have a kickstand to help with balance. Stay right here. This is enough. Or challenge on the in-breath, practicing balance to bring the elbow to the knee in the center. And exhale, extend. In-breath, come together. Exhale, breath, reach and extend. Inhale, come together. Exhale, push everything out. Keep everything lifted. And one more in and out. Beautiful, Yogi. And back to table. And allow the hips to drop down to the heels and make your way to child's pose. Whew. That was a lot. Take a moment here to check in with your Satnam, your I am statement. Connect with your breath. The breath loves when we pay attention to it. It always rewards us by deepening and lengthening. Excellent, Yogi. Whenever you are ready, make your way back to table. Find your strength here. When you're ready, tuck your toes under and send your hips high for downward dog. Woo. We're upside down. A beautiful inversion here. Belly button comes into the spine. That automatically lifts the hips up high. The spine is still reaching for the sky, but the opposite part of the spine. We're upside down. You can pedal the feet out. Perhaps the heels make it down to the earth, perhaps not. It's here that the heart begins to recognize that the blood flow is headed in a different direction. It's a beautiful exercise for muscle memory in the heart, stagnant blood flow. And when you're ready, Yogi, take a look at your hands and begin to tiptoe your feet to meet your hands. And we'll hang out in a forward fold. Beautiful. A generous bend in the knees. A block is always helpful to bring the floor up to me. And then crisscross the arms for ragdoll. Ooh. Recognizing here that the breath takes on a different feel. Breathing in all the way back to the spine. And then on the exhale, Yogi, let go here. Dump everything out. You can begin to sway even a little bit. Back and forth. Bring the feet nice and planted. Hands make their way back down to the earth. And on an in-breath, come up to just a halfway lift so that the spine is parallel to the earth. On the exhale breath, fall back down to the ground. And on your next incoming breath, plant your feet and send your hands east and west, coming up to our Ardha Hastasana, our upward salute. Beautiful. Reach high for the sky. Good. Stay here. And just take a moment. It's not easy to stay lifted here. In an upward salute, I use my belly button and my core. My feet are firmly planted. To hold here is a lot. Ooh, feel the energy through the fingertips. Maybe even a smile on your face. Good. And then Yogi cactus the arms open, coming open through Anurandhara, our heart chakra. Feeling the lungs inflate on the in-breath. Holding here also requires great strength. On the in-breath, send the hands back high to the sky. Palms can come together to touch or not. On the exhale, slight bend in the knee. We're going all the way down to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall all the way back down. Your next incoming breath, plant your feet and rise, yogi. Send the hands east and west. Stretch the muscles, feel the energy. In breath, reach high. It's important to be able to reach like this. On the exhale breath, cactus the arms open. Good. Hold here. In breath, hands reach high. Palms can come together or not. Exhale breath, make your way all the way back down to the ground, bending in half. Inhale breath, come to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold back down to the earth. And on your next breath in, send your hands east and west, coming high to the sky. Beautiful. Cactus your arms open. Take everything in. And also let it go. In breath, palms reach high for the sky. One more forward fold, all the way back down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, breath, send those hands east and west. This is the last one, make it count. Reach high, yogi. You're worth it. Exhale, breath, cactus the arms open. Beautiful, and hold here. Whew. Inhale, breath, hands come back high to the sky. We're headed for warrior one. So my left foot is coming forward, toes are pointed towards the top of the mat. And then my back foot at about a 45-degree angle. But my feet are almost on railroad tracks. So there's a good bit of space between them. They're not on a balance beat. Holding strong and tall, shoulders away from the ears. Fingers are reaching for the sky. A slight bend in the front knee. And the hips are twisted forward. Ooh, my arms are getting tired. Breathing air and oxygen into the muscles that are holding me up. Good. And on the exhale breath, float the arms down so that they're parallel to the earth. We're headed for warrior two. The back foot will begin to make its way parallel to the back of your mat. And here we get more on a balance beam. The heels are in alignment. A slight bend in the front leg. Ooh-wee, I'm feeling it. On your next breath in, we're going to reverse your warrior. The back hand will slide down the thigh and reaching with this is my left hand high to the sky. I feel this stretch through the side. Breathe into this stretch. On the exhale breath, we're going for side angle pose. The elbow is going to make its way to the front knee, and the right hand reaches for the sky. Holding for one round of breath here, yogi. In and out. On your next incoming breath, both hands are going to come forward. Palms come to touch in the center for shooting warrior. You can even make a little love gun. Hold here. And on your in-breath, pull the arrow back. The arm slides across the front of the body. Hold here. And on your exhale breath, reverse your warrior again. Back arm slides gently down the thigh. And then a reach, reach, reach through the fingertips high for the sky. Breath in and out. In, reach, and on your exhale breath, the elbow will make its way to the knee. Reaching with the other hand. Beautiful. Breath in, and on the exhale breath, twist the body. The palms will come to meet in the front for shooting warrior. In breath, we pull the arrow back across the body. Hold for a breath. You look like warriors. Exhale breath, reverse the warrior. The back arm slides down the thigh. Good. And exhale breath, the elbow comes to meet the knee. And reaching high for the sky. Exhale breath, we're gonna bring the hands to come to meet in the middle. Good. And pull the arrow back. We're gonna hold here. And send both hands east and west. Point both toes forward. Good. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So now my right toes are pointing forward. And I'm going to reach high for warrior one on the other side. Checking that I have a little railroad track going on. Woo! Opening up through the heart space. Good, Yogi. Hold strong here. Check your belly button. Check your spine. The hips are forward. Good. Exhale breath. Find an exhale breath. Begin to allow the arms parallel to the earth. And the back foot will make a 90-degree angle. Warrior two. Beautiful. Ooh, fingertips, feeling the energy. Excellent. It's going to be an exhale breath, so breathe in. And on the exhale breath, reverse your warrior. Allow the back hand to slide down the thigh and reach high for the sky. Good. One round of breath in. And out. And then reach high on the in-breath, and on the exhale breath, the front knee is going to make a connection with the elbow for our side angle stretch. Reaching through the fingertips. Good. Breathe in here. And on the exhale breath, rotating the torso, the palms come together in the front for shooting warrior. Spine grows tall. And on the in-breath, we pull the arrow back, holding strong. Breath in and out. And then a nice breath in. And on the exhale breath, reverse your warrior. The back hand slides down the thigh, and we reach high with the fingertips. Breathing in and out, one full round of breath. Next breath in, take everything in and reach. And then on the exhale, make your way into your side angle stretch. Elbow makes its way to the knee, and we reach forward. Excellent. And on the in-breath, twist the torso. Palms come together in the front for shooting warrior. The spine returns to a straight neutral position. In-breath, pull the arrow back. Good. Hold for a round of breath. On the in-breath, find your reversed warrior. Back hand makes its way down the back thigh, reaching with the fingers. Good. And on the exhale breath, side angle stretch. The elbow makes its way to the knee, and we stretch and reach with the fingers. Beautiful. Good. And breath in, we rotate the torso. Palms come together in the front for shooting warrior. Return the spine straight up to the sky. And on the in-breath, pull your arrow back and hold one round of breath. Ooh. Excellent. Send both hands east and west. Toes come to point forward. Good, Yogi. We're going to head for a forward fold, a wide-legged forward fold. Ooh. All the way down. Put a bend in either knee so we get a beautiful stretch. Take a breath in, send the hips high again, and then bend the opposite knee. Woo. Breath in, send the hips high. Good. Hold for one more round of breath. And then a slight bend in the knee, rising up. We'll come to our mountain pose, Tadasana. And yogi, we're gonna make our way to the ground. Ooh, for the last few minutes that we have together. However you get there is up to you. Take your time. Gently find a supine position, rolling all the way down. Beautiful. Both knees are bent, feet are firmly planted on the earth. Ooh. Bring the right leg up high to the sky. Roll the ankle one direction and then another. And then, like a lady, whether you are one or not, cross the right leg over the left. And then lifting up the left leg, ooh, using your core strength there. Hold. Bring the arms out to cactus or to a T shape. And then gently allow the legs to fall over to the left. Ending right where we started, twisting the spine. Beautiful stretch here. In breath, using your core muscles, lift the legs back to center and the feet firmly planted on the earth. Uncross. We'll send the left leg high to the sky. Rotate the ankle. One direction and then the other. Good. And then, ladylike or not, cross the left leg over the right. Grab a hold of your breath, yogi, maybe your Satnam, and lift the right leg up so that it's parallel to the earth. And then gently allow the legs to float open to the right. Breathing in and out here. Beautiful. Bring some oxygen into the body. It's vital. And use it on the exhale breath to bring the legs back to neutral. And then uncross, relax, unwind, send the legs long on your mat. Woo. And we'll head to Shavasana, our final resting pose. Bring the arms in close to the body. Palms can be up if you have a lot of energy to give. Palms can be down to the earth if you're in need. Allow the eyes to close off. Seal the lips. And focus in on the breath. Sending breath all the way to the toes. And emptying all the way out on the exhale. Listening just to sounds. You know that the feeling you have now is available to you at all times. Just connect to the breath. Take one last intentional breath in, sending it all the way to the tips of your toes. Feel the lungs expand. And on your exhale breath, empty everything out. And then reanimate your body. Pull your toes and your fingers. Maybe a full body stretch feels good here. Maybe rolling to one side or the other. And yogi, staying there for as long as you'd like. Absorbing the love and care and attention that you gave to yourself, to your breath, to your body. Feeling restored, renewed, invigorated. Whenever you're ready, making your way to a seated position. And always one big breath in together, sending the hands east and west, high to the sky. Palms do come together in prayer. And gently tuck your thumbs into your beautiful heartbeat. You are alive. Please know the light in me bows and honors the light. Namaste. See you next time.